Vlog number one. It is a miserable day. I was planning on going to the yard, catching some footage on my Pivo, which I've only had a couple of weeks and only used once. But the weather is pretty... I don't think I'm going to be catching anything on my Pivo. Not sure what I'm going to do with Binky. I've got to do something with her because she's in today. I've also got to go and get some bedding. But yeah, that's going to be today. This isn't going to be a vlog in one day, unfortunately. It will be over a few. That's even if I have the guts to put it out there live. Hello. It's always such a nice greeting, isn't it? You ready to go out in the rain? Oh, she's a good girl. Aren't you? Right, let's get crack-a-lacking. Come on then. Off we trundle. See ya. Okay, so if you have found this vlog and you found my channel, then congratulations, because I don't think I'll be sharing it on social media. I'm just not confident enough to put myself out there, but welcome along. I hope you don't find any of this vlogging, of any of my vlogs, too boring. I have said to myself that I'm not going to push myself to do weekly. I'll just put a vlog out as and when I feel like it. There is no hidden agenda with my vlogging. It's literally just because I so enjoy doing the Instagram stories. I have thought about vlogging for quite some time, but just not had the confidence to push myself. But actually putting myself out there on Instagram has really helped with my confidence all round, just in general. So I thought, do you know what, sod it. Let's do some vlogging, because why not? I don't have to share them. I don't even have to put it out there if I don't feel like it, but I'm really hoping that I will have the confidence to put this vlog out there. Yeah, so I started this vlog this week. So I've been umming and ahhing for a while, but I started this week because I thought that I was going to be going evening jumping on Wednesday at a local venue called Brook Farm. However, my lorry's kind of put pay to that. And I've just had my first person come running up behind me on the track that we're on a byway. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so I've just done my first piece with someone behind me, which is a tad embarrassing, but there you go. I'll probably never see that person again in my life. Yeah, so my lorry's a bit of a nightmare. I love it to pieces, but it's old, and if it wasn't for my dad, it wouldn't be on the road, basically. So yeah, he's had it for a while, trying to get it for an MOT. He's had to do even more work on it than he thought. So I thought I'd have it back this week, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get it back. So yeah, I'll carry on and see if I can gather some interesting content, or if something I feel like I want to put out there, I will be uploading this to YouTube. So we're just going to go out on a hack today. I've got to go, and it's Monday. I'm normally working, but I have got today off. It's my long weekend. I do shift work, and I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday off this week. So I'm going to ride, then I'm going to go off and get some bedding. Tomorrow I'm probably going to do some fitness work in the Menage, so I'll try and get that on the Pivo. Yeah, that might be marginally more interesting than me chatting along here. But yeah, let's get to it. as you'll see, I ride and then muck out. I find if I at this time of year when it's cold, if I muck out then ride, it's easy to talk yourself out of riding. So hence the lovely state. Also, I've got to get shavings today because we're nearly out of shavings, although we are out of shavings actually. What you're seeing here is what we've got. She is the world's most disgusting horse, I'm not kidding you. She does a bale of shavings, and a decent, like, branded bale of shavings every 2 or 3 days. So, yeah. Hence why she has like a corner bed, and then thankfully because she eats there, she poos all here on the matting, and the matting is EVA foam matting. It's nice, thick and soft. So it's, yeah, she doesn't mind laying on it. I love my bees. And these are the Equilibrium sports boots. They are an absolute godsend. If you're on the fence for getting some, get them. I don't know if you can see these ones. They get dirty, they hose, you can hose them off, hang up in the stable. We don't have anything heated here, nothing posh. And they dry overnight. They're fantastic. They don't retain the water. She also lives in her turnout rugs at the minute, and that is because she's wrecked her indoors. You may have noticed she's hogged, and this is because she's got sweet itch amongst other allergies, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure she does have other allergies, because she's itchy all year round. Just missed the rain. Yeah, and she'd had a particular flare up and she started itching and everything as she ripped all the back of her indoor rug. So yeah, that's gonna have to be fixed. So she's now living in her outdoor, which actually does make everything a bit easier. Good girl. The nugget. Right, let's get you mucked out. Okay, so that's the morning done. I'll have to come back this afternoon to finish off the yard. I always put the feeds in for everyone in the evenings. Any hay nets need to go in, boring stuff like that. I'm going to go and get some lunch now, and then get some shavings, because as you would have seen, although she does have a small bed, that is a very small bed, so she does need some more bedding. Yeah, also, as you would have seen, it's not a posh yard. I was born and bred into horses. My mum, without trying to go into massive amounts of detail and having to talk to you for hours, my mum had horses before I was born, so I was literally born into it, which is amazing. But unfortunately, she's never been able to own her own yard, so she's always rented. This is literally, I mean, it's someone else's yard, obviously. They have multiple other things that they do here. Random things like banger racing and stuff. So it is not a tidy yard. So if you came here for pristine yards, beautifully schooled, amazing horses that, you know, jump 1.20 m, you're not in the right place, unfortunately. But if you've come here for relatable for most people and honest accounts of what's happening in a day and an equestrian journey, then you have come to the right place. Like I say, it is not posh at all. It is what it is, and I love it because it's laid back. Everyone helps each other. It's only small. I think there's like 15 horses here, maybe a few more. Most people here don't even ride. There's a couple of people that do ride, but mostly it's just people who've got horses that are retired for whatever reason, or they just don't want to ride. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go and get some lunch and then go and get some shavings and then come back this evening, and that's pretty much today done. So I don't know if I'll come back on today. Just so you know, most of my talking talky bits won't be on the yard at the minute. I just don't have the confidence to do this in front of everybody, so it will mostly be either in my car, in my lorry when it comes back, or out when I'm riding. But we'll see how I get on. Well, there's a will, there's a way. I normally get shavings in my lorry, but because my dad's got my lorry, also my brother's partner, she normally gets me shavings. She can get them a little bit cheaper, so she normally gets them for me. But again, she lives like an hour's drive from me, so I have to take the lorry over and collect them. Again, I can't. So at the minute, I'm buying from the local feed store. I've got a BMW 1 Series. You can only get 3 bales in, and that's if I do it like this. But we've managed it, and that's the main thing. So I thought I was going to finish off before I even went to the tack shop. That didn't happen, did it? This vlog could end up being 11 billion years long. I'm now down on a menage. I shouldn't say it like that. It's the biggest, like, I love it and hate it in equal measures. I won't go into massive detail because it'll bore the arse off you, basically. But it's a lot of hard work because it was never, the groundwork wasn't done properly, is the long and short of it. See behind me there, all the green down that end is because you can see where the new topper finishes. So basically, it needed a topper last year. I thought I brought enough, but I hadn't. So I did 3/4 of it. Just before Christmas, I managed to get a load more, but it's got a lovely view behind me of the muck heap. That sums it up, really. Let's turn that away. Nobody needs to see that. So yeah, so I brought topper. We've got some more just for Christmas, but it's stored down that direction, pointing that way, on the banger track, which is where they do the banger racing in the summer. It's stored down there at the minute, and I need someone to bring it up on a forklift. I am not allowed to drive the forklift, so I'm relying on other people, which is where most of my issues come in, because trying to find people that actually want to help you is quite hard, and obviously you can't just expect people to drop everything and come running. Yeah, so that end of the arena, that way. I keep looking at the wrong part of the screen, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that end of the arena hasn't got a topper on it, so all the weeds and grass have come through. I keep saying I'm going to spray it, but I haven't done it. And because of the crappy groundwork, I'll turn the camera around 1 second. I keep ending up with holes like this. Now that actually looks like, it actually looks like, you know, one of those birthday cakes when you go to a baby shower and it's got the baby popping through someone's crutch? Well, that looks a bit like that, but without the baby coming through, doesn't it? So the long and short is, you can see the AstroTurf here where I've patched up another bit, is there wasn't enough hardcore put down, so you get bits of mud come through, and the liner wasn't put in properly, so it splits. So I've now got to patch this, because I try and do it before it actually wrecks everything. But it's just a constant battle, so I'm going to go down and try and get some more, cut some more AstroTurf, which, sorry, just turned the camera around again. Yeah, the AstroTurf does a really good job of patching up the holes. Yeah, I've gone on about this long enough. It's just boring, isn't it, really? But I feel like I need to explain. It's a bit like everything down here. Like I say, it's by no means the Ritz, this yard. And it's probably a lot of people's idea of hell, but it works for me. Yeah, anyway, let's get cracking. So behind me is a massive pile of astroturf. This is where I get the patches for the menage from, and this is what I mean about this place. So the guy that owns it, he's got like fingers and hands and toes in every, like, all different things. I say he does banger racing in the summer down the backfields. He stores their cars for them. He collects what I would say is just massive. Sure that he has a job for it all, but I don't know what. This behind me here is a big pumpkin patch that they do every single autumn. The reason for the astroturf is they laid a load of it for people to park on, and then they pulled it all back up again. But actually it works really good for patching up holes in the menage and me not having to spend loads of money, and it's a lot tougher than the membrane. Because the groundwork's so it doesn't really matter if it's you know, I'm just patching it up basically. Yeah, so that it's rideable and usable is the main thing, because I say I moan about it, but it is a godsend. It really is a godsend for schooling on, obviously summer, winter, whenever, because schooling in the fields as well in the summer, I can't really do too much schooling with her in the fields because they just go solid. And she does feel her feet a bit. She's very, very, very protective of her feet. Honestly, if she loses a shoe, you think she'd lost a leg. So yeah, anyway, I'm rambling again. I'll try and cut this down a little bit if I can. But yeah, so I'm going to cut a big patch off this now and go and patch up the menage. Okay, so it is now Tuesday. I have not long got home from work. On a Tuesday, it's what I call my rubbish day of the week, because I only do 2 days a week in the office currently. That might change, but at the moment I only do 2 days in the week in the office, and that's Tuesday and a Wednesday. It is an hour journey to my office and back again from home, so it takes, like, obviously I lose an hour of my evening. And on a Tuesday I also muck out one of my friend's horses and look after her other pony. So yeah, Tuesdays is a really, really tight day. So I don't know how much I'll actually get vlogged today. Yeah, it's just after 3:10 now. 15-minute drive to the yard. I'm going to do an arena fitness thing with her today. I don't think I'll have time again to set up the pivo. I was planning to, but I'm already a little bit later than what I should be. So yeah, I have got some footage that I got last week, so I might include some of that and just do a little voiceover to explain what I've been doing with her. So yeah, there might not be much today, but yeah, that is what's going to happen today. And then I've got horses to muck out and then just boring stuff to do at home. So yeah, anyway, so you might not actually hear from me now until tomorrow. Oh, excuse the puffing and panting. So we've just finished shouldn't have worn my coat, just finished our arena fitness, bit of fitness. We don't have many hills around here. There's not many places to go for a decent canter that don't require you to go quite a way away. There is a field next to the yard which belongs to the yard owner, and he says we can go around that, but I kid you not, every time I go around it I'll get deer pop out of me and nearly come off her. So it's just not worth it. But my instructor said to me, well, there's nothing to stop you doing like interval training in the menage. And actually it's been great. It fits in really well when I don't have much time. So I basically do laps of the arena in canter or trot, and obviously vary in different timings. We're gradually building them up. Both of us are pretty unfit. I don't think I've explained that the whole reason I'm doing all this fitness and stuff is because I'm the kind of person that needs to have an aim, and I've decided to try and qualify for the Cotswold Cups championships at the end of the year. Basically they have just at 70, that's our happy height. I've done a couple of 80s and it scared the shit, to be honest with you, and I do it for fun. So yeah, but they hold like a few qualifiers throughout the year. If you place, you get points, and then at some point towards the end of the year they'll email you and tell you if you've qualified. Our biggest weakness is time cross country. We always get time cross country, so I'm just trying to get us a bit fitter so she's got a bit more in the tank, because she's not thoroughbred. at all. She just, you know, she hasn't got that extra get up and go when she's tired. Once she's tired, she's tired. And the bounce completely goes from the bungee. So yeah, we just try and do this at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. But yeah, so we've just done today's. She's now suddenly just become a right tart because somebody's just put 2 geldings out in the field up there. So yeah, she's now swishing her tail and paying more attention to them, but that's fine because I don't need attention on her when I'm just doing cantering and trotting around in circles. But yeah, I'll try and add some footage from last week because I haven't done today's. I just haven't got time to set the pivo up. But anyway, so yeah, probably, not definitely, but probably won't be back on here now until tomorrow. Right, so just a little update. It is now Wednesday. The plan was to... exercise getting stuck on my leg. The plan was to actually put some horse footage in there because you've had nothing. This whole week just hasn't gone to plan at all. So the lorry still isn't back. So the whole thing was I was going to go jumping tonight, which obviously I'm now not. I thought I might actually get some ridden footage from this week today, because I was going to set the pivo up in the menage and do a nice schooling session, capture some footage and edit that in. But it has non-stop rained, sleet, snowed here all night, all day. It's set to carry on. So I changed plans because I can't set the pivo up in the rain. I've had some suggestions to put it inside a sandwich bag, but yeah, I mean, the menage is, as I explained on Sunday, the groundwork isn't the best, so the menage is a bit squidgy underfoot and it doesn't do it much good to be riding around on it. So anyway, I'm rambling. So rather than me just be talking the whole way through this vlog, I don't know whether I'll pick up again and finish it this week, depending if I can get the pivo set up and get some actual ridden footage or something that might be of marginal interest. If not, then I'll leave it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to go jumping next Wednesday and I'll pick it up there. So yeah, that's the update at the moment. So you may see me before next Wednesday or you may not. Okay, excuse the absolute state of me. It has been, sorry, I have to keep checking the timings on this phone because I've just done a whole spiel recording for like what I thought was about 4 minutes and it wasn't recording. So that's probably my first vlogging mishap. There's going to be many more of those, I suspect. But yeah, so it's probably been a week since I last did a video, since I last did an update or a catch up. I'm actually going jumping this evening. I'm going clear round jumping, just clear round. It's just, there are classes running, but it just means I'm done like quickly and I can get home again. I haven't got to like really get a clean and I don't have to wear show gear. So it's just a bit more laid back. And I'm going on my own, so I don't know how much footage I'm going to be able to get. I could have swore I got my lorry back from my dad yesterday, and I could have swore I had a little bendy tripod thing which I was going to use to get footage on, but I can't find it anywhere, which is just typical. If I can find someone, if I can get some footage there and anything interesting and I can find someone to video me around because I'm going on my own, then I'll upload it after this. If not, then I'll just jump back on to let you guys know how it went and just to end the vlog. Unfortunately, it's not what I wanted it to be, this vlog. I wanted it to be a lot more riding footage, but like I said before, I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it, and really for me to look back on. So yeah, if it's a little bit boring, I am very sorry, but yeah, I'm still going to upload it because I've got loads of footage, random footage, and I just want to have stuff to look back on. Anyway, I'm babbling on again. So yeah, as for between now and, well, this time last week and today, we haven't really done anything that majorly exciting without repeating myself, so I haven't put it in. We did yesterday, once again, a bit of a vlogging error. I was meant to charge up my hat cam, my GoPro, but I completely forgot. Because yesterday I did mention the other day that there's a field next door, literally where the Menage is, the other side of the track. There's a farmer's field with a grass track round it. And I went round it yesterday and I did it on the Equilab, and it's just over 1.5 miles long. So I actually don't use it very often, purely because you get loads of deer on it and they jump out, and I've nearly come off several times. So, but I thought I really want to gauge how fit she is, like how up for it she is, if she's got the stamina, anything there, like, because I don't want to get all the way to this event next weekend. I'm going to Off Church Bury next weekend, and I don't want to get there and she's not up for it, because it's a long way. It's like 3 hours from here. Yeah, and the last thing I want to do is push her when she doesn't really want to be doing it. So yeah, it was just a bit of a test really, and I was dead chuffed. Like, she was so up for it. We did mostly canter, a little bit of trot to warm up obviously, and then had to trot the corners because there's some really sharp corners on the field. But she was pulling me the whole way, and she just wanted to go even at the end, and there was barely a bit of sweat on her. So, and it was a little bit boggy in places, so she had to work quite hard. Yeah, I was just dead chuffed. She really, really, really loved it, and I really enjoyed it as well. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go and give it a go next weekend. If I get there and she doesn't feel like she's up for it and she doesn't really want to do it, then obviously I will just retire. But yeah, that's it for the minute. So yeah, we're going to go off jumping shortly. I think I'm going to get wet. If I get footage, like I say, I'll insert it. If not, I'll end the vlog here. But yeah, so I'll speak to you guys later. Okay, so I thought I would just do a quick voiceover to say that I'm just adding in some ridden footage, so you guys actually get to see like some ridden footage and some jumping. This was from a couple of months ago at a combined training that we did. Yeah, it's just a 70 centimetre round. I just thought I'd drop it in as something for you guys to actually see. Hopefully next time I do a vlog I'll be able to get more ridden footage, as that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, so this was just the 70 at Brook Farm, same venue as last night, although last night they did actually have the jumps up pretty high. They were higher than this, 100%, so they weren't going around with a tape measure. But anyway, yeah, it was a good evening yesterday, and she did a lovely round. Oh, good girl. You rattled a few of them, didn't you? But it was a clear round, and that was definitely up to height. Looked like the biggest 70 I've ever done, but actually it made me push and ride her better. So yeah, back to the dark. But we've basically beat the rain, which is the cool thing. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this week's vlog up. Well, say this week's, it's been over like a week and a half. I'm going to wrap it up here. Otherwise I'm never going to end it. Yeah, I'm sorry it hasn't been, my first vlog hasn't been exactly what I wanted it to be, but it's real and raw. Yeah, I wanted more actual riding footage of like this week, but I've had to put in inserts from like a few weeks ago because weather and time and all sorts have got in the way. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed my first vlog. If you have, I'm going to do the thing and say please like and subscribe. Yeah, I'm recording this journey really for myself, but it would be lovely to have you guys along if you fancy following me, subscribing, sorry, not following, wrong account. My next vlog will probably be end of this week, because this weekend coming, it is now Sunday, and next Sunday I have my first Cotswold Cup Championship qualifier at Off Church Bury. So fingers crossed nothing goes wrong between now and then and we manage to get there. Yeah, so I'll probably vlog like the lead up to it, getting ready, and the actual day if I can. But yeah, thanks ever so much, guys, and see you for the next one.